Hey y'all, I'm Jay.
And I'm Brooke.
We are Smoking F Barbecue and Feedlot.
Every day we get asked all kinds of questions about all kinds of things.
But the number one question we get is, what does the F stand for?
Nope, it's not that F word, y'all.
Here we'll answer all of your questions about anything and everything as it relates to our lives and our Fs. Faith, family, farm, freedom, and of course food.
Don't forget Frankovich. If you have a question you'd like answered, shoot us a PM or an email. Each week we'll select one question to tackle and then answer it as authentically as we can.
Wait, are we live?
Let's get this thing started. Love y'all.
Thank y'all for being the best part of what we do.
Hey y'all, Jay and Brooke here. We know that we just spent all this time and energy building a podcast room, but the truth is this is kind of where you get the most Jay and Brooke, I think.
That's right.
The most honest right here on the front porch.
Front porch, got
front
a
of the
fire
fire.
going here, looking out at the cows, dogs are here.
Chicken on the grill.
Absolutely may have a visit from Bobo.
That's our goat.
Bobo the goat.
One of them. So today is actually the anniversary of the day that our house burnt down. It was 5 or 6 years ago, I guess. And please, it literally turned in, people's first reaction is always, I'm so sorry, but it was literally one of the biggest blessings of our whole entire life. So we thought, with that in mind, that this would be a good week to talk about the F is for freedom and our first responders and our military and all of that.
That's
so
right.
When would you say is the first time that you and I had a true, because I don't think that appreciated all that the military and first responders do for us until I met you. So when would you say was the first time that all came together for us?
I mean, it's always been important to me. That's how I was raised. And
What was your nickname in high school?
are we really going to go there?
Yeah, we're going to go there.
A1 All-American boy. That was it. Still rocking it, true today. No, all jokes aside, it's always been something that's been important. I did not serve. There's a part of me that wishes I had. I had the opportunity at different points in my life, and made some decisions to further some education and do some other things. But really, opportunities came up. So I worked for Department of Defense for quite a while. And
when I met him, that's where he was.
Yeah, I got to see that side of things.
I'm sorry, the goat is coming.
He is. He's going to hang out.
He likes to sit by the fire with us in the evening.
I worked for Army Materiel Command, which I think their motto was, if a soldier eats it, touches it, looks at it, looks through it, wears it, whatever, they supply it. So at Red River Army Depot, we remanned Humvees and things like that, especially stuff that was coming back from the first Iraq War. Anyway, all that aside, I think the first time that it all came full circle and I really got to share that with my family, and it was a young family at that time. Chris Kyle, greatest sniper in American history. I was always a fan. I loved his book. So Chris Kyle came back from multiple tours. He struggled with, he had a bunch of health issues from the stress of that job.
From, an insane amount of...
And then he really coped with that by reaching out and starting to help others that were suffering from PTSD. So he set up, different outings where they'd take somebody out that had come back from the field, and they'd go out and shoot or hunt or do something. And
just connect with people, other soldiers who were suffering from PTSD.
Yeah. And give them a place to talk about it, and give them just people that supported them and people that had been where they've been so they could understand. He was out on one of those outings, and one of the guys turned on him and his friend, and he and his friend lost their lives trying to help somebody. So when that happened, I'm working in downtown Austin, and I told her, I said, his processional is coming down I-35 from Dallas. I think they actually had it at the Cowboy Stadium when it was the new
Because it
Cowboy
was
Stadium.
huge.
It was huge.
Like, everybody showed up. I mean, this was a huge deal.
So with that, I said, let's go. I said, kids, we'll take them out of school. I'm not going to work today. We loaded up everybody in the car, and we went to an overpass. Took the flag off the front porch, and that's what we did. But with that is, as we got to witness that and witness people come together, it was just absolutely amazing. Something that I'll remember for the rest of my life. It doesn't seem like there's ever a time where I'll feel like we're finished and doing enough for people that are willing to do what guys like that did for us.
Can I say, this is a really selfish and unimportant note, but one of my favorite family pictures that we got, we didn't have all 4 of our kids yet. My third baby, she was actually a baby. I'm wearing her to this thing, and Paisy Ray, and a fireman, I had a camera, and the fire, because I think that's before phone cameras were like really good, and a fireman said, hey, let me take y'all's picture, and he just took my camera and snapped a picture and moved on, and it is like I just love it so much. So I'll make sure and put it on the feed when I post this, but I mean, just an incredible, because it was just so real and raw, I think, just really showed our personality a lot.
Yeah.
So.
And it gives us a place. I walk across that picture in the house without thinking of that day and remembering them. So I think that's what we owe it to them. Here at the feedlot, we made it a point when we were starting it up that I said, hey, and I'm not the first person that's done this, but I said, I want to have a patch wall. We've had patches that served in the first Desert Storm. We've had, I'm talking some serious stories. So every patch has a story.
We have patches from at least one that I know for sure that he actually died in Iraq, and his parents brought it to us. So, I mean, that's incredibly special. Like, I am so honored that they would pick here to display one of those.
Right. And so that kind of led to, at this point, we're standing on the overpass. We hadn't even moved to, we talked about how we moved to Montgomery, Texas, where Lone Star Cowboy Church is in the last podcast. We hadn't even moved yet. We hadn't started, I cooked a really good burger. That's pretty much why you married me, but...
That's true.
I hadn't started barbecuing yet. That passion hadn't even sprung up in me. Yet. But, kind of fast forward down the road, when it was time for us to get into barbecuing, we did competitions at first, and we were looking for a name. And
we didn't do competitions at first. We were invited to do one competition. And it was in Montgomery, where we moved to go to church. And we're in Montgomery, and they're doing a 4th of July cook-off, like, downtown. And so we're like, oh, we just need, like, a team name for this event, like something good and patriotic. I mean, this is right up our alley. And America's Smokers is what we ended up with, like, America. And then we ended up grand championing the thing, and all of a sudden...
that spoiled us. So
we were
the first cook-off we ever got in, we won.
And
then we're like, oh, this is easy.
It wasn't. It wasn't. We just were spoiled by the first one. And so, I'm sorry, it's getting a little bit hot here by the fire. But then when we moved to Tennessee, we changed it to Smoking Up, because we started doing, like, caterings and weddings, and we thought, oh, we need something classier than, America's Smokers, not knowing that the entire world would think the F was for the other F word.
Would you tell me nobody wants to have America's Smokers on their wedding
invitation?
invitation?
I was like, nobody will print that on a wedding invitation. We need something classy.
So we came up with Smoking F, which our last name is Frankovich. I thought Smoking F. That sounds like a ranch. And that's what we call this place. So it is a ranch.
But I did love, while we were America's Smokers, literally everything was red, white, and blue. Like, our whole world was red, white, and blue. We had pillows and trash cans, and we'd haul it with us to every cook-off and set up, and people started mailing us things. I mean, it was just really cool. It was a really great thing. Like, everything was red, white, and blue. So we loved it. I mean, it was right up shirts, everything.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of always been ingrained in us, And then the fire happened.
Mm-hmm. And so with the fire, it's easy to look across this country and read a history book and look at how where we are right now, and why we're free, and the sacrifices and the different conflicts that took place in order to get us to the place that we're at right now. But what isn't seen, and it's actually right in front of us, are our first responders.
The day to day, the sirens you hear on the highway, all of that. It is. He's right. It's right in front of us every day.
And we take that for granted. So
not anymore.
No, we witness this, and it's kind of like, whoa, what else can we do there? Because these folks are just the same. They're just here at home. So a hero in my mind is when something happens and everybody wants to run away from it, they're the ones that run to it.
Yep.
And I can't think of a better way to describe each and every one of the soldiers, active duty, veterans, and all the first responders.
Firemen,
that work
police officers, sheriff's department.
Game warden.
Game warden. So, all of everybody, it's amazing. I don't know that I could do it. I don't know that I could, but I know that we couldn't do, like, we're sitting here on the porch. I have a beautiful place, and it's peaceful, and it's great, and I'm like, we couldn't have any of that if all of those people weren't fighting behind the scenes for us, and I just never want to take that for granted.
No, for sure.
So that's why we hang it everywhere. That's why we say the F is for freedom. That's why we celebrate Veterans Day and 9/11, and
let's talk about the 9/11 event. That one.
It's one of our favorite events.
It's my favorite event of the entire year. That's an event here that we started years ago. And it's everybody, every first responder, every veteran, they all come and visit Smoking Up. They may have been here before, may have not. It's a small token on our part to say thank you, and that they come, they don't pay a cover charge, they eat for free, but that's the least we could do.
But it's like the energy that night.
No,
it's so
always
great because
amazing.
Like we always have a couple fire departments that loan their trucks out. This year, 2 of them got called out from here, and so everybody got to see, like, in action. Oh, you're sitting down eating with your family. Oh, got to go. Like, you know what I mean? They don't have the same privileges that we do to, like, when you're off duty. There's no off duty. Like, when there's a fire and we call, they show up.
They come.
So, but we had like a Humvee here, and there's all the flags, and it's just like you see the best part of people, I think, that night. Like it reminds me of how it was after 9/11, and everybody just loved America and was so patriotic and so grateful, and it just reminds me of that every time we do it, and I love it. I just love it.
No, and really, in our business, and I've said it, I've posted it, I've talked about it, you have to love people. Those are the easiest people to love. Those that give without expecting anything in return.
Can we say that too? Let's add on to that they're the people when half of the first responders, when they come through the line, they say, no, don't do that for me. Like, you don't have to do that. And we're like, we're doing it. Like, in fact, now we put badges on them because I don't know that when they get to the line that they're going to tell the cashier that they are first. Like, that just is so humbling to me. You know what I mean? They don't even want to take the thanks.
Just good old boys.
Yep.
And girls.
Good people. Just good people. So
we've gotten there. That covers a whole lot of F is for freedom. What else do we got?
I think that's the gist of it. I think we just are so very grateful for this place that we're in. We're so grateful that we get to raise our family. We know there's so much going on in the world. There's so much going on in our own country. We see all of that. We're not blind to it. But I think at the end of the day, we know that we've got a whole lot of people that have our back, and we're just very grateful.
Yep.
And we never want to take that for granted.
But it all comes down here on earth to those folks that are willing to run to it when everybody else would run away. And we can never, literally, my hat's off, we could never say enough, we can never do enough, so we'll just continue to do what we can. And we try to encourage others to do the same thing. You know,
I love when we're at the food truck and like we have firemen and policemen, and we always give we always have a 10% discount on everything for first responders and whatever. We know that's not a ton, we do, but I love when somebody come up behind me and they'll like lean in the window and say, "His is on me." Like that blesses me that they're blessing that. You know what I mean? It's just such a great dynamic, and it's a great thing.
we just need more of it, and we'll just continue to highlight them in this world that we live in.
So if you are one of those people, we are so grateful. Thank you for what you do for us, for our family, for our business. We'll always be thankful. Love y'all.
All right, bye.